Hi, doing just a quick video today about broody hens. 5 ways to know that your hen's broody and how to hatch eggs from a broody hen. Stay tuned. So here we have one of our Delaware hens in the nest. The question is she broody or is she just laying an egg? So you'll want to keep an eye on your chickens and kind of watch their routines. This particular hen is just up here to lay an egg. She's not broody. I've kept an eye on this pen, and they lay their eggs daily and they get out of the nest and go about their business. Now we're going to move over to some of my Orpingtons who are notoriously broody, and we'll talk about the 5 things to look for to tell that your hen is broody. Alright, here we have 2 Orpington hens. We have the black Orpington hen down on the ground and the blue Orpington hen up in the nest. Both of these girls are broody, and it's not something that you would know just by coming to the pen once a day, but if you visit your hens several times a day, you'll notice that the number one thing you'll see with a broody hen is that they're staying in the nest, and that's number 1. The next thing that you'll notice when you move in closer to them, well, she's going to run. This one is very broody. They'll raise their feathers up very fluffy-like, and they'll start screaming at you if you try to mess with them. She'll also do that when other hens come close to her. Sometimes it's a little more dramatic than that, and they really yell out and scream. But she's clearly wanting to hatch some eggs. I've already taken all of the eggs from her today, so there's none left in the nest. That's number 2 on signs that your hen is broody, when she gets all flustered like this when you get near her. The next thing you'll find with broody hens is typically your nest box will be very nasty. There's usually droppings from the hen in the nest box. She's not that bad because I've thrown them out trying to keep my eggs clean. But they stay in the nest pretty much 24/7, so they poop in the nest as well. So your nest boxes quickly become soiled with litter. That's number 3. You'll have messy nest boxes. Number 4 on whether or not she's broody, when you throw her out of the nest, she'll kind of stay in a nesting type position. And sometimes if there's hay or straw around her, she'll try to pull it up around her and build her another little nest. Last but not least on whether or not your hen is broody, once you've thrown her out of the nest and you get out of her way, she'll go back to the nest. So she'll go back to the nest. Hens will usually stay broody for about 3 to 4 weeks. If you're interested in them hatching some eggs, you will need to either separate your other girls from them or them from your remaining flock. If you don't, you'll have your other hens continue to lay eggs on top of your broody hen, and it'll be difficult to tell which are the eggs that have been in there the longest versus which are fresh eggs. It does tend to be easier to move your other girls from your broody hens if you're trying to hatch the eggs, just because they will tend to get off the nest and stop being broody if you move them into a new environment. So the incubation period is 21 days. Your hens will sit on them for up to 4 weeks until they get some babies hatched. And that's pretty much it on broody hens and hatching the eggs if you're interested in letting your hen hatch some eggs. The hens are pretty good at protecting their babies in a flock of chickens like this. Once they hatch, they don't tend to let the other chickens bother them. So it is completely doable and certainly rewarding if you want to hatch your own eggs with your hen. We'll call that a day. This guy is really messing with my audio. Thanks for joining. One last note on broody hens is the type of breed of chicken that you have. Not all breeds will become broody. So if that's something that's important to you to have in your flock versus something that you don't want in your flock, do your research on the different chicken breeds based on which ones will go broody versus which ones will usually not. In my experience, my Orpington chickens by far are the most likely hens that I have to go broody, whereas I have other breeds like Leghorns that virtually never go broody. If you're just raising eggs for your table, having a broody hen might not be something that's of any interest to you. Keep in mind that the hens do not lay eggs while they're broody, so you're down eggs from that one hen that's broody for at least 3 weeks during that time frame. If it's something that is of interest to you, certainly look into those breeds that may hatch babies for you. So that's it for today's episode. Thanks for joining us, and follow our page, subscribe, and you'll see when we have new videos out on homesteading topics that may be of interest to you.